WXII 12 News at noon starts right now.
Severe storms sweep across the Piedmont Triad, causing widespread damage and power outages, where the cleanup is focused today. Plus, Duke Energy making a rare cut to a proposed rate hike request after complaints how much the utility wants to raise your bill now.
Laying a good foundation for a final peace deal. I'm Amy Lou in Washington with the real progress that the White House is touting with Iran.
First at noon, we begin with another round of rain moving through the Piedmont Triad as thousands remain without power. We have a live look outside from the DOT cam on I-40 in Winston-Salem. Hard to see much of anything right now due to that reduced visibility from all of that heavy rain we've been seeing. Meteorologist Michelle Kennedy joining us now. Michelle, what is the rest of today looking like?
Yeah, it is a messy start to the day, but it's going to be a drier ending. We've got lots of showers and thunderstorms over the last 12 hours that have really barreled through the region. We've got heavy downpours that have brought almost 1 inch to 2 inches in spots. And right now we have ongoing thunderstorms in areas of Greensboro, High Point. This is where we're getting some of the stronger thunderstorms. We already have wind damage that we're dealing with, of course, trying to clean up from that. We have a lot of also lights that are out around Winston-Salem and pockets of the Triad. Want to remind you to use that as a four-way stop, so it's really important if you're heading out. We also want to avoid travel when we see these heavy rain events like this, the showers and the thunderstorms kind of spinning up as we have an area of low pressure just to the west. A couple of those thunderstorms we're watching right now to produce a possibility of small hail. Most of what we're seeing, though, is simply a fast-moving system that will eventually be out of here within the next 20-30 minutes for folks in the western edges of Guilford County. But moving east at about 23 miles an hour, Pleasant Garden next, also Sedalia, Gibsonville for some of those showers and thunderstorms. They're going to be heavy, and you're going to have some frequent lightning, especially in the northern end of that storm as it's rolling up through Rockingham County. We've got more than 1 inch reported in Eden so far, more than 1 inch in King, also almost there in Winston-Salem, and 7/10 of an inch. So this is some of our remote sensing data. We'll have some higher totals, I'm sure, come in from some of these showers and thunderstorms. Right now, watching this batch here between Pleasant Garden and Level Cross and Kirkman Crossroad area for that possibility of some hail. Also, the heavy rain just spreading out in that linear fashion from north to south. What we expect a little later this afternoon will be the 80s. You'll have more sunshine returning pretty quickly once this front does get on the move. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Thank you, Michelle. Thousands of customers remain without power from last night's storms, according to the Department of Public Safety. Forsyth County has the most outages in North Carolina, with more than 11,000 right now. Guilford County is reporting more than 3,200, and there are 1,800 customers in the dark in Rockingham County, and 1,100 outages being reported in Stokes County. Last night's line of storms left a trail of destruction across the Triad. Aaron Burnett spoke to one family in Rural Hall who says they didn't even hear the wind before they could see the damage.
I'm gonna get out the way so you guys can see this massive tree that fell on this home here in Rural Hall in a neighborhood off of Sky Abbey Lane. We talked to the homeowners. Their names are Anthony and Carolyn St. Clair, and they said they were home last night just relaxing in their room when they heard a loud bang and clap of thunder. And here's a look inside the house. The tree fell through what was their living room, and you can see it broke a few windows here. But this is what that couple had to say.
You see it, people's, trees falling on people's houses and things, but it's not until it happens to you. It's like, it can't be real, it's just too much to take in. I want to show you guys the tarp on the roof here, presumably where the tree hit the house, probably to cover up any damage that might happen from any impending rain that might come in the next day or so. And then if we pan down, you can also see a tarp on one of the cars that it looks like the tree hit. So this family, this couple tells us that they're waiting for the insurance agency to get back to them at this point to see what they can get in order to start rebuilding and recovering. But the couple says they didn't even think that the storm was strong enough to cause all of this damage. In Rural Hall, I'm Aaron Burnett, WXII 12 News.
Storms also rolled through Rockingham County, causing some damage to a vineyard. The owners of Onum Creek Vineyards and Mayadan say gusty winds peeled part of the roof off of their event center. Laura and David Comer say the storm popped up last night and the damage was done in just minutes.
The wind, that high wind, was just steady for I don't know, 30 or 40 minutes. We were going to go back to our cabin and sit on the porch, and it was a while before that was possible. And then the front part of
on the porch, and we looked this way, and we saw the whole roof peeled off.
yeah.
Thankfully, no one was inside the building at the time and no one was hurt. The owners say they had 2 weddings last weekend and are now on a planned break until the middle of August, so they have time to make repairs to the building. A viewer on High Point Road in Winston-Salem snapped this photo of a downed tree, and they told us their car's roof and windshield was damaged by a limb. Another viewer captured a similar scene from Tobaccoville. This tree ripped out of the ground from its roots and fell onto a nearby car. We've also received several reports of trees down in Greensboro as well. The police department shared a post to their Facebook page thanking a Good Samaritan for his help last night. Officers were responding to a downed tree across Wendover Avenue when they say a man asked to help them by using his truck to move it out of the way. Just a reminder, you can stay ahead of any severe weather by downloading the WXII 12 News mobile app. Be sure to turn on those push alerts to be notified of storms and lightning approaching your neighborhood. You can find safety tips, plus access our interactive radar and hour-by-hour forecast wherever you are. To Davidson County now, a woman accused of stabbing her husband is behind bars. 34-year-old Tiffany Lomax is charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury and domestic violence. Deputies say she assaulted and stabbed her husband early Monday morning at a home on Bushy Drive in Lexington. Investigators say Lomax then stabbed herself. We're told the man was taken to the hospital for treatment of multiple injuries. The sheriff's office says Lomax was also treated before being taken to jail. New at noon, 2 men are in custody in connection to 3 armed robberies in Winston-Salem. Police say the crimes took place on February 11th and 21st at different gas stations. Detectives tell us in each case the suspects walked into the businesses, pointed a firearm at the clerk, assaulted them, took money and fled. We're told the workers who were assaulted had minor injuries. Police arrested 45-year-old Terrence Perry and 17-year-old Reginald Barley Jr. We're told Perry is charged in 2 of the robberies, while Barley is facing counts in all 3. Both suspects are in jail without bond. A citywide juvenile curfew is now in effect in Winston-Salem. City council members approved a measure in a 5-3 vote. The curfew applies to anyone under the age of 18 from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. with a few exceptions. While critics have described it as punishment for teens, Police Chief William Penn says it's a way to keep the city safer.
Ideally, this won't happen a lot because as we've been doing the last couple of years, what we're calling on is for adults. Supervise your kids. If you're okay with your kid being out late at night, just be with them. I don't think as a community that's asking too much.
City officials say the curfew will remain in place until October 12th. Tomorrow, the City of Greensboro's Community Safety Department will hold a youth town hall. It will begin at 4 o'clock in the Central Library's Nussbaum Room on North Church Street. Officials say people between 14 and 22 discuss issues impacting their age group and share ideas for violence prevention with city leaders. Rural Hall Town Council is now in favor of a proposed data center. The board voted 3-1 on a resolution that says if the project goes through, the property the data center will be built on will be annexed into Rural Hall and it would be subject to town taxes. There's been a lot of back and forth about this potential project between officials and residents.
I want growth. I want development. I think the thing that we must be concerned about is what kind of growth, what kind of development, and at what cost are we getting growth and development?
I'm telling you here, this project will help lower taxes in this town. I said it at the first meeting, I would try to stay neutral in this because I have to represent, and this council has to represent every citizen in this town, not just a few.
Earlier this month, the Planning Board recommended county commissioners deny the project, saying it doesn't fit the town's development plans.